hey there, Mike Penny.
Hey, Kyle Abbott.
Glad to have you here.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, everybody. Tommy Stanton.
Oh, Tommy. Hey, Tommy. Good banjo player.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
Really
you
good
guys
banjo player.
Didn't you guys do like a banjo?
We did some videos together, yes.
Seen them.
We live up the street from each other and ironically never see each other, unfortunately.
Seems the closer they are, the harder they.
It's true. But good to see you, Tommy.
Good to see you, Tommy. Oh, Josh Curry. Hey, we're live. Mr. Curry. It's bachi time.
Josh Curry.
So, I guess there's something to say. Hey. You know, I didn't have any coffee today. No coffee today.
It's true, but we did have some good combo in the bagelry, did we not?
That is true. Preparations for an upcoming sketch. Shamisen notes of Shamisen anecdotes are
That's
there
right.
as well.
Bachido is quickly becoming a full multimedia platform, spanning every medium, including comedy. You know, because we're funny guys. We're funny guys.
Inside, we just have to tap that.
We just have to tap it and get past this three-string barrier that's holding us back, really. But we've become synonymous. Shamisen has become synonymous with the Bachido brand. How did that happen? Explanation.
How did Shamisen become?
Yeah, what's the relationship between Bachido and this thing called the Shamisen?
Oh.
Seemingly unlikely pair, no?
One would say, because Shamisen doesn't sound like Bachido. Though many people have come up to me and said, "So, are you playing the Bachido?" True story.
True story.
Yeah.
You get that and more here on YouTube Live via Bachido by way of Kyle and Mike.
We will see you next time.
Bye.
How do we turn? Oh wait, no. This isn't our teaser trailer. This is the actual show, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Sweet.
What do we have planned for segment 1? Segment 1 was a bachi talk. This
Talking Bachi?
Talking Bachi with Kyle and Mike.
Whoa.
So Mr. Curry of the Josh variety has made up some homemade bachi. Those of you check out the Bachido Facebook group, you'll see his many works that he's working on. And he generously sent them along here for us to do a little stress testing and overall checking out. Let's check out the first model. This is the... Oh.
That one seems relaxed, not stressed.
No, it seems very light.
Stress test complete. Verdict, relaxed. Wow, look at that.
My. Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
This is a beauty.
That is a hardy handle.
This is a hardy handle. Won't scratch the...
Whoa.
No. It's okay. It's okay. We're friends here. Okay. There we go. Wow, this is nice. Take up a feel of that.
Oh, wow. Lighter than it looks, too. Wow. May I?
Oh,
shall I?
You shall. You may.
Let's see. I'll hold it up so everyone can see.
We'll go to Docam.
Oh, okay. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
It looks very sexy in the pictures, but it looks even better in person, I will say.
Look at that cool sort of neon crimson translucent.
Crimson, that's a good...
I don't know if that's right.
It looks like crimson.
Wow, it plays really easy. It's really easy to use it. check the tremolo. Oh, nice.
Buttery.
That is a great bachi. As far as I can tell so far. I'm liking it.
The tone is very nice, too.
That sounds great. I really like using this. And I kind of actually like how high up the handle part goes. You know, you don't have as much of sort of the becco or faux becco or whatever part exposed. Because this is wood up until this part, and then of course the acrylic or synthetic material starts here. But I kind of like having this rounded edge of the handle that goes up so far. Because I find like my thumb typically only goes back about that far anyway.
That's a good point.
Yeah. There's not as much to handle.
Even though the handle is actually a bit longer.
There's more handle, but less to handle thumb-wise, bachi technique-wise, I think.
And I like the tone of it, too. You know how some bachi have kind of crisper sound or, you know, different kind of tones based on the material or whatever. This sounded pretty sharp, I thought.
Yeah. Very crisp, sharp, nice tone.
Give it a try.
Yes. Abbott stress test.
He mentioned that he rounded, before I looked at it in the letter he sent, that he had rounded the tips.
I was wondering about that because they didn't seem sharp and unrounded.
Yeah. Well, when he said that, I was imagining this level of roundness.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wow, look at that.
This is Kevin's old bachi, but so I was thinking, oh no, don't go too far. But when he said round, that's actually just enough. That's a perfect level. In fact, I think when you get new bachi, you're supposed to round it at least a bit like this, so it doesn't cut the string, I think.
Yeah, that's what I've been told too. Yeah, take some very fine sandpaper and just round the back. Not the part that actually touches the membrane, the kawa, but the back side of it, just sort of small circular motion. Kyle would know more about that than I do.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
I mean, I agree. I've heard that too.
Concurred.
We've probably heard it from the same person too.
Kevin, maybe?
Probably Kevin.
I think Kato-san actually told me that too. He said, and I think I screwed it. He showed me a really cool technique. He said, if you have any sort of low to the ground carpet, not super fluffy shag carpet, right? You can just drag it, and that'll sort of do the job too.
Yeah, that's what I do, and it seems to work just as fine.
Yeah. So there's some bachi hacks.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-dun. Ooh, I do like that tone. A nice flex on the... Not as good with the ripple. I mean, not that it's not good. But with the ripple, I hear more of that kind of scratchy sort of thing. So best with the natural skin, I think. Very nice. I do enjoy. Blade-wise, it seems. This part could be a bit more slender, I think. a little bit. But in terms of the blade flexibility and quality, it doesn't seem like just enough flex to do the job. Any more would actually be a little too disadvantageous, I would think.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. So is there more than one kind? Is this the...
Oh, there's a premium kind as well. Our job from here on out will be testing it to see if it cracks.
Oh,
the acrylic breaks because
the artist's initials there at the base of the handle.
JC.
Lovely.
That's the one thing is that I think I said I made bachi out of polycarbonate, and I made it looking really nice. Everything, and unfortunately, like a few weeks later, it broke. The tip broke. So that'll be with this. We'll have to see how long it is.
The screws are interesting. 2 through the handle there, going through the acrylic part.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen that before. That's interesting.
Oh, Josh, any explanation on that? Let's see what we can see. Oh, quick answer questions.
Oh yes.
Let's see. You guys. Oh, Jacob Sinak caught this one early now. Just got your book, Kyle. Loving it so far. Excellent. Thank you. Glad you like it. Josh, do you play bass, Mike? That looks like some slap technique.
Oh, I played guitar and bass a little bit, but not... Actually, the pop and slap stuff came with shamisen, strangely enough. Never did it on bass. Too big, too thick strings.
Joshua, why are bachi so expensive? Oh, Josh answered that because they're a lot of work to make. Yes, true story.
True story. Looks like it.
Tear it up, Mike. I believe you tore it.
Did I? I'll fix it.
No, in a good way.
Oh.
Hey everyone, is that acrylic or polyester? Oh, Josh answered that.
It's acrylic.
Oh, it's acrylic, yeah. So it should be the same as the full Becco bachi.
Like this guy. Maybe.
No, that's real.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Real Becco, acrylic.
Can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference plane-wise?
Not really, no. No, in fact, I almost prefer the acrylic. Yeah, playing this felt really good. The tone was crisp, and the give is more to my liking, actually.
Oh, nice.
They're about the same, but I don't know, when you're playing, Oh, the thickness is different. I can tell that much. A little different. This is a little thicker, it looks like.
Yeah, thicker here. But when it gets to the...
Does it taper?
Tip?
Yeah, it tapers.
Yeah.
So it's probably about the same, but maybe for feel, when I'm playing, I don't know. It feels more comfortable for some reason. This. Nice work, Josh.
Very nice. I think it could even be... This could be thinner at the... I think this... Oh, interesting. This is at the tip. This is half the thickness as this one.
Oh, actually, it's interesting when you hold it to this angle. I don't know if all bachi do this. I've never noticed before. But you can see an actual sort of seam on the acrylic there, right at the sort of the last, I don't know, quarter or eighth of the bachi. Do you see it, what I'm talking about? The horizontal line across.
Here, across here?
Yeah, where it starts to taper in. You sort of see the point at which it starts to taper in.
Where was... Yeah, I think I see. I wonder if this has it too.
I don't know. It doesn't look this. It doesn't. It tapers, but maybe more gradually. It seems. I don't know.
I wonder. This is actually really thick. If there's a taper, it's very little. Like this is, I think, half of the thickness of.
Wow.
So that's probably why it's.
That must be why it feels so great. I love it.
We love it.
10.
10 out of 10. Or. Okay. How's the balance? How's the balance?
It feels good to me. Kyle?
My thoughts on it. Oops, this is the premium one.
Oh, that's the premium.
This is the premium. And it shows.
Premium.
The screws are so it can be replaced if the bachi breaks.
Oh, great.
Yeah, the balance is really nice. Just something about the thickness in a certain way. I'm not sure why. That's odd. Because this is actually, my old bachi is thicker. But this felt thicker. Oh, I see. It's thicker this way. Compared to, I think, our bachi.
Right.
That would be, I would like... let's go to the... Here we go. So as a comparison, a bit more comfortable, I think, if it's a thinner handle, like so. But besides that, the balance is really nice and everything.
Yeah, and it should be come into consideration that my hands are huge, so it probably why I don't notice as much the thicker handle, is that's actually a great size for my hand. But for most people, perhaps a little thinner would be more comfortable. Yeah,
possibly. And we can have different options too. Oh, let's try. Is it me or is this? Oh, this is the same. Yeah. I'll give a try of the not quite so premium. This one is weighted. And
yeah, this is really light. Wow.
This is 130 grams, and I think.
Wow, it's like a pencil. Close. That is super light. Yeah, similar feel despite the lighter weight. It doesn't really affect my playing. I don't know, Kyle. The lighter weight doesn't really affect my playing any, but I don't know if that's just me.
Ooh, I like the lightness. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's the same. Or is it? Does this sound a bit sharper?
The tone definitely changes, doesn't it? I don't know. It might be hard to capture on the cameras, but I actually noticed it when you switched bachis. That's, as you would expect, it sounds a little beefier. The tone is a little deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a little lighter, isn't it?
It is. I wonder why.
Like, not lighter, but what's the right word? There's the mids and the lower range of the tones sort of drop off when you're using the lighter bachi. Makes sense. The wood maybe conducting the tone a little bit is...
Yeah, possible. I figured... Oops. I just thought if you're holding and you're striking with the same level of power, you wouldn't notice difference, but you do.
Yeah. The tone, the actual tone, is different from at least my point of view. It's like a lot more high end, high mids, trebles, and then this you get the beefier tone. Interesting.
So I wonder if just adding, because this has weights inside. I wonder if just simply adding weights to this would be. Sorry. Stress test complete.
Yeah, survive.
Oh, I definitely. Of course, it's close, but I do think this one knocks the charts, tops the charts.
Yeah. They're really cool, though. I mean, just playability and comfort-wise, I like them a lot. Yeah.
Very much.
I saw the photos online, and I thought, oh, it looked a little narrow. Probably just the optics of seeing this part, less of it exposed because of the high handle. And I thought, oh, I wonder if that's going to be awkward to play, But no, feels great, sounds great. Nice, very nice.
Great job.
Yeah.
Is that, I do believe... Oh, then he included, let me show this. He included some of his Koma that he's been making. His,
really? We were just talking about Koma. Actually, I'm in the market for some new Koma because I'm not sure if it's due to the Koma or not, but I've for some reason lately been having more San Noito breaks right at the bridge than usual, and I'm not sure if it's... In fact, wow, right there already, it seems like a little damage has started right there at the bridge. Huh. I might just have a sharp notch, like a little jagged notch or something.
Possibly.
Cool.
We'll start. Here's the Shinobi Goma that's made.
Oh.
The silencer.
Let's test her out. One second. You can't even hear it. It's great. It's not bad. I'd like a little more silence.
Slightly rustling.
But yeah. That's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. But I'm hearing probably about 2% of the notes. If you could up that to 10, I'll give it my full endorsement. Next.
Next. Here we go.
Opening song. Wow. Many kinds, it seems.
Many kinds.
Like variety of fish at an aquarium.
Wow. Let's take a gander at those.
Yeah. Take a look at that.
These are the Torigate ones.
Oh yeah, it's like a Tori.
Care to try one out?
Oh sure, this one caught my eye. Just the coloring and the slenderness.
I like the slenderness.
Let's see now. Wow, how about that? It works. You don't even have to turn it on, actually. that sounds great. Very good. Lighter tones, as you would expect. Brighter tones. You know, not as much of it. Tinnier, but not in a bad way. That could be great for lower tunings, actually.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
You know, to bring out the brighter tones and when you're down in G or A or those lower open tunings. When you get a lot of the low tones and not as much as of the bright shamisen tones.
What would you say about taking out the bottom, so it's like a small little edge?
Oh yeah, like that.
Like that, yeah.
Like you know, most Koma have that. What Kyle's talking about, that dip, and then the cutout bottom. But do you know sort of what the benefits to doing that are? Is it just more structurally sound? Does it transmit tones better?
I would think it would transmit tones better, less getting less mass, I guess. From the string to the skin would be my suspicion. Looks nice. Ooh, especially with the black skin. Okay, while I set that up, let's take a look at some user questions. Oh. Play the shabo. Oh, okay, we'll do that at some point. Oh, too much. Okay, good job, everybody. Oh, Mike can keep whichever Koma he likes if he likes them.
Really? Thank you so much. I would love new Koma. Happy to send some payment your way too. I actually need to stock up on some Koma. So excellent. Yeah. More incentive to really give give a thorough stress test to your Koma. Thanks a lot.
Okay, let's just give this a try, and then we'll proceed to using regular bachi just for the purpose of trying this out. Ooh. Wow, that is bright.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. Looks like the string. Do you see this little discoloration right here?
On the string?
Yeah.
I do. I see a little notch.
It looks like a notch. I never played there though. It's a curiosity.
That is a curiosity. Have you retied it?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
But that's not why you called.
Good sound.
Very good sound. I would give this 9 out of 10 stars because there's always room for improvement. No, it's seriously.
Yeah, perhaps the notch in the bottom.
Oh, the notch in the bottom. That would be interesting to try out.
Just to try out, yeah. See.
But even given that, it's really clear.
Yeah. I like it. I was thinking just we haven't tried the other Koma out yet, but it might be cool to package it as sort of a set of Koma.
Oh yeah.
Like a little toolkit, brighter to lower, beefier. So.
Fun fact, I guess way back when, shamisen players, they had, like, in their kit, they had, like, maybe 5 or 10 bachi, Koma, 5 or 10 Koma, of those slightly different heights. You know, when they go into, like, get into the deans and those like micro movements.
Yeah.
To accommodate for, I guess, different string gauges and whatnot.
Oh.
But nowadays, especially for Tsugaru Shamisen players, they just have one, or they don't want to change stuff around. So
Change the action of the strings too. Like that. Yeah. Like what is it? The Gidayu Shamisen with the huge bachi, and then I think sometimes the bridge, huge Koma changes the action obviously drastically. So yeah, you kind of get used to your comfort zone and where it works for you with Tsugaru Shamisen. But it would be cool to just have an arsenal. Like
go back, returning to the
bygone era, the yesteryear of shamisen playing. Cool. Let's try another one.
Okay. Which would you like to try? Fatter?
Let's try the biggest fella in there.
Is it the same height? I guess this is probably the biggest.
All right. Let's see. Extremes.
Hey, Joel. Hello, all. What did I miss? Oh, you missed nothing, because you can catch it up later.
Let's see now. Ooh.
It's a big boy.
Let's see now. It's cool. I actually, for some reason, feel like I guess I would. Maybe it's my own fault for having sort of a preconceived notion. I thought it would be a little beefier. It sounds actually almost a little deadened, a little bit. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It sounds fine.
Deadened? That's not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not bad to be dead. I mean, look at the ghosts. Think of the ghosts. Think of Marley. Marley was all right. Come on. No. It's great actually. It's just. Can I try that other? I'm actually curious. Let me try the other big fella, and then I can perhaps find a few more useful words to describe what I'm trying to say.
Now, in a case, because this one was so slender, taking out the inside might not make a difference. But if it's a big boy like this, I wonder if taking the inside out would make more of a noticeable.
Wow, interesting. I really like this, and it's really interesting. It sounds different than I thought it would. It's like all the mids are. Maybe you can help me find some better adjectives to describe it. It's like all the mids, the low mids are coming out really fantastically with this. I really like this.
Mid-splosion, I believe.
Mid-splosion. Wow, you should try that, Kyle.
Okay.
That one's really good. I like that one the best, I think, so far.
Interesting. Versus this one.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should show so that Mr. Curry knows what we're talking about.
Comparing, which one? This is the one that you preferred.
The one I just, used, I liked.
The blackest one, and this one's more brown.
None more black.
I'll do the same way first. I'll try. Oops.
yeah, so far I think I like that one the best. And then the really slender one's cool too. I could see myself using that one for, like I said, lower tunings to bring out the brightness.
Ooh. This one has the ripple is very sharp, has a very sharp sound. So the first one you tried, of the thicker ones, very powerful, very booming. I think compared to the other one, compared to this first one.
Oh yeah, to the slender one, yeah.
This edge is too sharp because it's that the discoloration
notching?
right. Yeah, it's right on the edge of
That's
that.
probably it. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if I'm sure it's level, right?
Yeah, it should be. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Huh. That's quite, because I do notice with bone or whatever, Koma, it's sounding a little overly bright, the ripple skin. So this kind of balances pretty nicely.
Cool.
But let's see how it compares with the one that you favor the most.
What finger width do you use real quick, by the way, Kyle, when you're putting your Koma on?
I guess 4-ish, 3, about 3.
Oh, you do 3.
You just see our notches, though. Oh, yeah, what? You do about 2.
I do 2 usually, yeah. Just pressing up against the highest point of the nail, like 2 finger width. I use these 2 fingers.
Ah, but that's, though, of course,
I'm
nail.
Higher up, yeah.
So we're actually about the same.
Are we?
From the edge of the dough, I put 3 finger.
Ah, which is a more controlled way to do it. Yeah, I'm about the same. So 3, okay, cool. About 3 finger width from the dough. Nice.
Voice, what do they call it? Scout's honor. Scout's honor, I think. Wait.
Scout's honor from the dough.
Scout's honor from the dough. One Scout's honor from the dough. Oh, that is bright. That is. Wow, interesting.
You know what? I just occurred to me because you were saying the ripple tends to be really sharp, and I'm playing on a pretty old natural skin, so that probably undeadened, resurrected some brighter tones for my skin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Interestingly, all of these wooden ones, for some reason, they sound more lively than when it's this hard bone tip.
Yeah, I wonder if it really is that like acoustic sound hole in the bottom. It's like.
But also maybe, I don't know, this is sounding elastic isn't the right word, but just springy, I guess. Somehow this all wood Koma has a very springy sound, does it? Or is that just my imagination?
Find the word, find the word, find the word. That could be it. Springy. Like an envelope, sort of like there's a wave to the sound? Is that what you mean by elastic?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would mean.
So like I noticed that too. Like there was a sort of envelope, like the tone expanded and contracted really quickly, obviously, but it would be like you hit it really bright mids and the gaininess, the resonance really comes through, and then it contracts again and shrinks.
That's much more eloquent.
That's my sonic analysis.
And that's
sonic analysis, friends. Everything's great, guys.
Yeah, we love
I
it.
love that about life. Everything's great for us. Easy for us to say.
We're just playing around with bachi in our fine new Koma. Well, good work, Mr. Josh, Mr. Curry.
Yeah, really great work, and thanks a lot for. I wouldn't mind, nabbing one of those Koma, and when we meet in person, whenever that is, I will shake your hand and buy you an ice cream, or iced cream, if you prefer.
Oh, here's that's the one you prefer.
The bestowal of the Koma, the bestowal of the bridge. Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'll be itadakuing the brown one, the thick brown. Alrighty. Shall we move on to some sweet tunes?
Sweet tunes! Sweet tunes for the masses. Sweet tunes. Hold on to your asses.
Oh, that's why.
Any interesting chatter?
Let's see.
Bachi on the horn theme, please.
Oh,
Shall we?
sure.
Do you remember it? That wasn't it. Something like that. We're gonna what's the podcast update?
Oh, podcast update. Mr. Grant, Shami Sensation Rhymer, is working on the WordPress site, which is going to host the podcasts and connect it with the iTunes thingy. And we're going to get an update from him tomorrow.
Excellent.
He'll be featured guest on tomorrow on the next podcast, which you won't be listening to because it's number 3 for a little while.
All right.
Something to look forward to. Can Mike play traditional piece instead of his new styled songs?
Sure.
Akitani Kataushi. Oh, you did a great Akitani Kataushi.
Oh, sure.
Oh, Jacob, it is a small wooden box. The shabo is literally a small wooden box with a skin. It has a synthetic skin on it as well. Not stretched as tightly, but there's a skin on it. Take it away, Mike.
Out of tune
Whoa.
there. Sorry about that.
Yeehaw.
Something like that.
That was rocking. Mike Penny has a full quiver of songs. What is this supposed to be?
Quiver. That's right, that's what the arrows come from.
Now, what's the connection between the quiver for arrows and the quivering?
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I just don't know. And if I were to guess, I would say that the quivering, as in the verb to shiver or shake out of fear or anxiety, probably relates more to the noun, the quiver, the sheath, if you will, for arrows, from which archers would grab their bullets, if you were, the projectiles from which to kill people. It's because probably, you know, quivering when you're scared of something, you're afraid of the arrow coming at you. You know, you're standing there with the apple on your head and you don't quite trust the archer 30 yards or so from you because you saw him take a couple drinks of brandy earlier, and so you're quivering. That's my guess. Guess what the etymology is of this word? Bet you can't guess what it is, or you don't know what it is. Neither do I.
Alrighty.
That's not why you called.
That's not why you called. Well, but it is on the same line.
It's true.
In our party line of information. Oh, right hand. Do we want to show Josh Curry. We want to show Josh Curry and Johnny Peets how to have a better handle of the bachi precision.
Oh, that's right. Sure, yeah. I thought of a couple exercises, because that is, Kyle and I were talking earlier about how to approach the issue, because we get asked that a lot, you know, in private lessons and stuff. A lot of my students will say, you know, is there anything I can do to avoid missing strings? I do that a lot, you know. I'm aiming for the ni no ito, and I always hit all 3 strings. How do I get really accurate so I can just zero in on a string? And really, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but just as a matter of fact, it's really a matter of time and just putting the work in and getting used to it and the muscle memory. It's like probably remembering how to skip or something, or do like a cartwheel or something. You just it's spatial intelligence developed over time. But there are things you can do to make it a little perhaps progress a little more rapidly. I was thinking one cool thing to do is suberi bachi exercises, which a lot of you are probably familiar with. But it's where you play through a string. Let's start with the ichi no ito. You play through a string, and as soon as you make contact with the kawa, the do, you keep the bachi on the do, in contact with the do. In other words, you don't lift up after you've struck the string. And then, I'm about there, you can see in between ichi and ni no ito, I drag, still in contact with the do, I drag the bachi across the second string, the ni no ito. So that's suberi bachi. It just means to slip or to slide, suberi bachi. So I'm sliding, slipping and sliding and ticking dotting and a long time ago. Whatever that song is, that Little Richard song. Into the next string, and then I could even do the same thing and slide into the third string. Suberi bachi. So doing that is going to probably solidify for you the distance between the 2 strings, and you don't have to worry about missing the string, right? Because you're just dragging into the next string. You can't miss it. So that's good. So one simple exercise might be to do sort of a ichi no ito suberi bachi into ni no ito. Then maybe pick your bachi up and hit the ni no ito again. Now this time, keep your bachi down on the do and slide into the san no ito. And then once you've slid across that, strike san no ito again. So you have altogether practicing that slowly and many times, you know, you're sort of easing into it. It's like a training wheels. It's actually difficult. I don't know why I say training wheels. It's actually kind of difficult to get that really smooth. But I think if you take it slowly, it's definitely useful for getting familiar with the distance between the strings. So try that. The next thing I would say, sorry, one little note or buyer beware of this exercise is the things you want to avoid when you're doing this exercise, because practice doesn't make perfect. Good practice makes perfect, or perfect practice makes perfect. You want to, it's really, I think there's a tendency when you first start out playing shamisen. I notice a lot of students, once they hit a string, either they don't follow through all the way and really lay into the do, you know, they almost like once they hit the string, that now it's time to back off. So I see a lot of sort of, in Japanese they say kiranai, you know, it doesn't cut through the string when you can hear it. Yes, I played through the string, but I didn't really cut. I didn't go deep into I didn't lay into the string. So you really want to, and that doesn't mean use more force per se, it just means make sure you're really laying into the skin. You're not aiming for the string so much as the skin underneath that string. So once you hit that, really lay into it, and again, stay down. I know that the tendency, for some reason, maybe it's drums or something, and for Westerners, I don't know why because I experienced it too when I first started playing shamisen. I don't know why there's a tendency, but I do notice a tendency to want to back off the string after you hit it. But don't lay into it, and then you're dragging without letting up off of the do. You're dragging to the next string. So just make sure you follow through is all I'm trying to say. That's the main warning. Okay. And then the other warning is when you do come up to do the second, when you strike the ni no ito and san no ito the second time. So in this exercise we're going slide, but then we're lifting up and doing another completely new downstroke tataki. When you do that, much like I've said before about the left hand, don't come back too far off of the string with the bachi before striking it again. So for instance, we have ichi, drag into ni no ito, and now we have to lift up and then strike ni no ito again. Be careful not to come too far back off. You don't need to. Keep the bachi. See, maybe I could show, I'm only about that far away from the string, maybe an inch up off of the string, if that. The part of it, this part that touches it. So don't come too far back. So practice really laying into the string. Remember, you're trying to hit the do under the string. And then slide, and when you come back up, that's enough. Not back here. Just stay there. And doing that, I think over time is going to help you, because you're not so far away from the string, and you're not, you know, you don't have to start over finding the string if you stay close to the string, in other words. So, you know, I never strayed too far from the string, so it's not hard to find it again. Just go down. And I said it's a lot like the left hand because similar to left hand passages, there's a tendency when people practice, let's say, kamashi, basic traditional flourish. I noticed with beginner players, there's a tendency to, let's say, once they played the 4 with their ring finger, kusuru yubi, and they're pulling off to the 3 on san no ito, their index finger, I see them go sort of, so all of a sudden their finger's way back here, which is going to make it, of course, you can do that playing the figure once, But now you got to play the figure again. So now you have to go through the work of coming back down, finding 4, which is going to make it sound disjointed, not very smooth. So instead, practice keeping, just like the right hand, keeping the bachi not too far off of the string. So you have to find the string again, keep it close to the string. Same with the left hand. Keep it close, not too far back. Those are my thoughts.
I'd have thought about great thoughts. I didn't have a thought about great thoughts. Thought about great stuff. But I did have a...
Sir Isaac Newton once said, if I've seen further than any other man before me, it's because I've stood on the shoulders of giants. Great thoughts. Sorry.
GT.
I didn't mean to...
No. It was good thoughts. That reminded me, as you're talking about, the striking and then pulling off instead of laying into it, that reminded me of the old Chito-shan. I think Kato-san told us all about the thought that what is, Chito-shan is the sound of first the skin scraping the bachi scraping the skin as it draws to the string. Chi.
Oh, yes. Now I'm remembering.
And then the to being the skin, being the bachi striking the skin, and the dong, and then the shan being the reverberation sort of thing. And I think how I demonstrated in the book, I talk about that in the book and say the scratch, strike, and then lift off. But I wonder if just by saying it that literally, if that puts too much emphasis on the pulling away to let all the sound go out, as it were. When in actuality, you really, after you strike down,
Maybe with a tataki, that is true, though, I would say, right? I mean, Suberi bachi, we want to stay down so we're sliding. But yeah, tataki, that makes sense. It's like a drum or a xylophone where once you hit it, you do want to pull back to let the sound reverberate, so...
I wonder, but how much? Like, I think even without thinking about it, because to push down and keep it down requires thinking, that conscious effort to keep it down, and to wildly swing it up takes another conscious effort, I think, more or less. But if you just have chito, I don't even think you need to raise up the bachi at all. Do you hear any difference? There's up, there's down. What do you think? I don't know, but this is just a theory.
I don't think it makes too much of a difference. If there's any difference, I actually, like you were saying, I actually think it sounds a little thicker and more full and kiru, cut, if you lay into it more. But I don't know. It's everyone has an opinion about it. My teacher, Toyoaki Fukushi in Tokyo, said you want to bounce. But I almost wonder if that was more, the bounce isn't so much for the tone as playing style, to keep limber and feel loose. There are a lot of moving parts. But interesting what you're saying about doing it sort of consciously, like anything. I think the goal is to have that in mind, but it's never going to sound that great if you're consciously chopping up a tataki into 3 parts. And I got the chi, okay, to, shan. It's all about getting to that part where it has all those things, but you're not conscious of it anymore. So.
Yeah.
But it's good to know. It informs your approach. Informing your approach is so important.
That's... Moving on. Great tips, Mike. Great. I think so too. Great tips.
great tips for all of us. Tips backwards is spit. Don't forget.
And it's a very important thing to have, the spit.
It is.
I'm not sure if it's true, but raccoons, apparently they don't salivate, so they need either the blood or the water as they're eating something. It could be a rumor, though. An old wives' tale, I mean.
Oh, so they need something else to break down, because saliva breaks down the enzymes. Oh, I'm going to look it up. I'll be back.
Okay. Spit is a useful thing.
I'm checking.
Okay. Oh, hi, Mike.
Hi.
Conclusion?
I don't know.
Oh. Are you Rush fan? Or Connor? Right. Hey, Connor. Are you able to blunt the tip a bit of the bachi? Oh wait. This is a different conversation. Johnny Pete's. I'm really timid about putting pressure on. I feel the bachi is really pointy, and I'm afraid of ripping the shabo up. Well, as Mike said earlier, you can, I think, just take the bachi to, but you have a full bako, don't you? Or, which bachi do you have? It should be fine, I think.
As long as your technique is such that you're not, I would think.
Yeah.
Right? It's more a technique issue. The point's kind of irrelevant because unless you're perpendicular, the point is flush. It should be pretty flush. Slight angle, but the pointiness shouldn't poke the skin.
Yeah.
So as long as you're doing that, I think it's fine. I am not very familiar with shabo technique, so I defer to Kyle.
No, it should be about the same, but it's like this. The same principles should apply. Either way.
Right, yeah. Yeah, if it's pointy in a way that it is coming into, the pokey bit is coming into contact with the skin, there's something wrong, probably. Yeah. You might want to file it down or something. Sand it down.
And when you strike, a majority is it's kind of balanced between, mostly the tip is on the bachi, the tip is on the skin, but also the string. It's on the skin and the string, so that's kind of spreading the force out.
Right.
And then after you bring it down, I don't know, the string kind of takes away the impact, the force of the impact, I'm guessing. I don't know. Should be fine.
Should be fine.
Don't worry about it. Let's see. Okay, Mr. Jose. I'm practicing hard on the intro for Kitano Hibiki. Any tips on doing fast hajiki?
Oh, the chiri-chiris.
Chiri-chiris.
I would say, again, I don't know what your technique looks like, but keeping the motion small, again, the hand movement small. This is actually funny because those hajikis, a lot of times big hands are viewed as an advantage. But with phrases like this, way down here on the neck, where the interval's really small, it becomes a problem for me, actually. So I've actually had trouble over the years with those sorts of phrases, getting them really, because I have such long fingers. It's a lot of flesh to move, and they kind of get in the way. So what I don't know if that's your problem or not, but I would say first small motion, and then you can also use your middle finger if using your ring finger between 16 and 19 on San no Ito is getting in the way. Try a different finger, maybe. Sorry, my rope is... Any thoughts, Kyle?
Let's see. That sounds really good. I think, keeping things close is the main. Close and relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just how the Nitas wrote it.
Indeed. Great question.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Tommy Stanton is loving that tune in the minor key.
Love that tune in the minor key. I don't know which one that was. But thank you, Tommy. We'll learn it. We'll play it.
Okay. That's all covered.
Cool.
Should be released. Alrighty, do you want to jam out a little bit?
Let's jam out, folks. Any requests? Any, somebody want to hear something more traditional? Something more avant-garde?
Johnny said that he learned the Leaving Forever.
Really? You learned the Leaving Forever solo? Cool. I would love to see that. Yeah. That's great. Congrats.
No one wants to hear Rokudan.
Oh, I thought you said no one wants to hear Rokudan.
No. Hey, no one wants to hear Rokudan.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not news. That's like saying Amelia Earhart's body still not found. Front page.
But in this case, actually, Noah wants to hear Rokudan.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Hup. Yup.
It's all right. I didn't know if we were going through 4, 5, and 6.
Oh no, that's pretty good.
Yeah. No, Noah wants to hear 4, 5, and 6.
Hey, you ever want to know what a shamisen tournament, the hallways, the corridors of a shamisen tournament sound like? It's this times like 100.
Let's give them a taste, just with 2 shamisens, what it sounds like.
Up. Even that is just a small taste.
Yeah.
Minus the sweat and perspiration and going around.
And then you hear the hippies in the corner who are like, yeah, man, Tsugadu shamisen, yeah. Tsugadu shamisen, man, yeah. Why? Stop.
Oh, that'd be worth doing.
They're the rejects. But I always go say hi to them. They're nice folks.
We just did Jonkarabushi.
Yeah.
Different forms.
Wow, Tommy, you're still watching. That's great. Oh. I'm surprised. It shouldn't be. Noah, what'd you think? Oh, Jonkarabushi next. Why don't we do you want to give them a little Tsugaru Jinku? No, we already did that the other day too. Maybe
Tsugaru
Ayabushi?
Ayabushi, yeah.
That'll be fun because we never have played that together, so we have very different versions, I'm sure.
We'll see what that can spark.
Yeah. It's hard to play those lumbering, lopsided rhythm ones with other shamisen players because you're following your own kind of pulse with those. So let's see how it goes. Whoops. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
No rounds. Okay.
Oh, yeah. that's
more or less how it goes.
yeah, pretty straightforward and boring, but next time we'll try harder.
Oh, hey, Jim Hoadley.
Had chords because they were played walking down the street with all dory dances. There are chords in shamisen, contrary to what gets said sometimes by me. That's all relative. There are things that happen sometimes contrary to what other people don't say or say. No, but Jim, regarding your comment, I mean, there's a lot of chords, especially with like open tunings. Like yesterday, for instance, we played with the awa odori dancers. Those are technically chords because you're playing more than one note at once. But I think sort of Western diatonic chords aren't. Those are the things that aren't really played. Like all those sorts of major sevenths and stuff are the ones that are usually not played. But there are chords. There are like open chords a lot of time. And Ningobushi. Those are chords.
That's a great chordal point. He was meaning, he meant strap.
Oh, like those chords! Kyle?
I believe they do have chords. Mike Penny has chords.
Kyle actually rigged this for me. I got this from a fellow Mac.
Long story with that.
At Shami Camp in Tokyo in 2015, he bought me this rope. And Kyle came down to LA and we were doing Nisei Week with Awako Ren. And I needed something. This doesn't have any strap pegs, this shamisen. So he MacGyver rigged this cool little strap for me, which goes underneath the nail. So you take the strings off, loop it around, and then put the nail on to keep it in place. And then this part goes around the little neck.
We can get closer to see. I see you added another element. You put in this...
Oh, that was, at one point I played in Delaware and it was slipping a lot, so I double looped this part. It's not, nice. So I double looped it, and then to try and keep it from slipping at all, I put a
zip tie
on it, but right now it's obviously not doing anything because I have it a little bit longer. So a little bit longer.
Looks great.
Looks great, feels great. Sorry, Jim, for the whole chord explanation. I didn't realize that was the chord you meant. But hey, did you know that?
I didn't know that. I might have known that.
There are chords on shamisen, just not, usually not Western chords. Majors, minors, that thing.
Well, okay. Life. Oh, Callisto's trying to learn. Do you know Hokkaibo Nuta?
Oh, no, I don't know that one. Do you?
I do. Tickling the skin.
Tickling the skin.
Tickling the skin.
Nice job. That sounds
Likewise,
good.
that was fun. What do you want to do? Oh, when's Mr. Duckmandu coming?
Really anytime. I gotta get in touch with him. I don't know. My phone's over at the Abbott Chateau.
Okay. Is he in the area? Or?
I don't know. He's supposed to come down, and then we'll go to his librettist's
right. Okay.
place of residence. Yeah.
Okay, so how about we wrap it up for now?
Okay.
We can work on our sketch material.
Yes.
We're preparing a comedy sketch. Shamisen related, but we shouldn't say more otherwise.
Here's the whole synopsis.
Okay, thank you all for coming. Quick question. Sandpepper, when was the last time Mike broke his skin?
The skin. It's been a while. Probably a long time, actually. Probably 2008 or 9 when it actually broke. And it was shortly before I went on stage. That wasn't fun. So what I did was I was playing in this group, Fish Tank Ensemble. It was like a world music, Eastern European folk music group. And the violinist was really handy. So I just had this torn dough and no backup, and he put a bunch of packing tape. This is the zombie sen. This is the zombie sen. And he put a bunch of packing tape over it, and then actually we didn't have enough tape to close the hole completely. So he took something like it was a plastic lid like you'd find on maybe, you peel it off and it's sort of flexible, like a Tupperware lid. And it was thin and didn't have a little lip, so it was just he got it to sit pretty flush over the remaining hole, about that big, and then I used that for what was probably one of the biggest gigs I've ever played, which was World Fest. We opened for Ozo Motley, and there were like a couple thousand people there apparently, and it sounded terrible, but the rest of the band sounded great, and no one noticed, I don't think. And I had this big yellow circle in the middle of the zombie set. Fun times.
Cool. That's the stories you don't get. The stories that you have a career for. You wait for the autobiography and the biography to hear.
The memoirs.
You don't usually get to hear this until you're like 60s.
Yeah.
The book is out, and then Conan is saying, "So you had this incident with you had tape all over your hole. Tell us more about that." Now, usually when I find tape over my hole, I go to the doctor.
Well, let me tell you something, Conan. Hole schmoles. I tell you, I'd like to talk about something else that I've prepared, if you don't mind. Changing of subjects.
Yes, indeed.
We have a clip. Santa Cruz.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody. This was fun. Thank you, Josh, very much for sending these cool shamisen accoutrements for us to stress test. We're stressed.
Indeed.
And they've been tested. So, success.
We'll get back to that over the coming weeks or whenever they break. Johnny Pete's, yes, we have a podcast. It's coming soon. There'll be more information about that whenever it gets made. The website. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. That was fun.
That was fun.